more than a century, the Eastman Kodak Company has been part of our lives, our memories, and our future. Continually pioneering technologies that make the process of taking pictures easier and the results remarkably better, allowing us all to share the precious moments we treasure, the benchmarks of our lives, with those we love. In fact, many of us fondly refer to those special times as Kodak moments. Gets you misty, doesn't it? Yep, they shoveled on the schmaltz pretty thick, didn't they? But that kind of crap doesn't work anymore. People want the latest digital things. More power, more features, wireless contraptions, innovative ways to bring their pictures into the 21st century. Well, guess what, bucko? Kodak is doing it. You thought they were just hiding out, waiting for this digital thing to blow over, didn't you? Oh, sure. For a while, they were like, oh, there's no way digital's going to catch on. Hell, 20 years ago, they pawned the first digital camera off on Apple. But now, Kodak is back. They're taking this digital thing to a level undreamed of. Pioneering technology that'll redefine the digital revolution. I know. Big talk coming from the company that unleashed Advantix onto the world, right? Well, turn down your mini disc player, fire up your Newtons, and listen up, because they're not playing grab ass anymore. They've got things in their research labs that'll make biometrics look like a Happy Meal toy. I'm talking facial recognition, GPS-enabled photography so my camera knows where it is, pictures that learn and group themselves into stories. We're talking meta-knowledge. Cameras that automatically enhance the color of the grass because they know it's grass. Try and patent that. Oh, too late. Ha ha. And what about sharing? I'll tell you about sharing. All your friends and family will be emailing their pictures wirelessly to you and sending pictures of Grandma's birthday to your phone and uploading shots of the dog wearing those big stupid sunglasses to your PDA. And they're going to be everywhere because now you won't have to be a Navajo code breaker to use digital. And they're all going to look like freaking Eddie Leibovitz shot them because they'll automatically adjust the lighting and the composition for you. No more flash problems, no more red eye. How's that for advanced? Booyah! You know what the best part is? They're gonna turn the schmaltz back up to 11. Oh, yes. People will have their Kodak moments again. They're gonna bring back all those damn pictures of the cute puppies and the cuddly kittens and the cooing babies and that doe-eyed kid. You know the one. They're bringing them all back, all in the same spot. And it's gonna be 15 minutes long, and James Cameron will direct it, and Celine Dion will sing the theme song while riding along on a unicorn through a field of baby animals under a big blue sky. And there's not a damn thing you can do to stop it. You were a Kodak moment once, and by God, you'll be one again. Only this time, it's digital. Oh, yeah!
That's my friend. You can clap for that. That's my friend. You thought this was going to be your mother's or father's kind of Kodak kind of commercial. It's different, I'll tell you that. Listen, I got to get this out of the way. I'm from South Dakota. Does anybody know where South Dakota is? Anybody from South Dakota here? Never is, but that's okay. You know, where I come from, this would be population density, I'm telling you. No, I'm not shitting you. This would be like the 5th largest city in my state. Just want to gauge this crowd right now. You know, and being in front of a group like this reminds me of the first time I met my wife's great grandmother. My wife is about 5'1", about 105 pounds. I'm 6'3", 280-something pounds. And Grandma Agnes is even smaller than Tammy. And she looked up at Tammy, and she looked way up at me. She looked at Tammy, she looked way up at me. She turned back and said, "Isn't he bigger than necessary?" So, you know, following the speakers that we had this morning, I feel a little bit like that. Let me ask you a question. I always start off every one of these talks with a little question. How many of you bought a roll of film in the last year? Just raise your hands if you would, please. 1, 2, 3, it won't take very long. 4, 5. 5 of you, thank you very much. You made our quarter. We appreciate that. That was very helpful. How many of you own a digital camera on your phone or a digital camera? Raise your hands. Yeah, welcome to my world. Imagine a company that just 5 years ago, was doing $15 billion in film. $15 billion in film. And this year we'll do less than $200 million in consumer film. Talk about a fundamental change. This is a do or die. It's like we woke up and something bad happened, right? And so it was a change for us in terms of what we had. And we're about a $10 billion company today, to give you the scope and size. And let me give you some facts and figures. 60% of the people that work for us are new. 60% of the people. I'm going to tell you some facts and statistics. Actually, quite frankly, most companies won't survive one of these things, much less the 4 or 5 that I'm about to give to you. But you can imagine a company that made that switch in terms of revenue and see all that revenue go from way over here to way down here to back up again very, very quickly in less than a scope of 5 years. 60% of the people being new inside the company. 40% of all commercially printed documents in the world, that is every newspaper, every magazine, every printed brochure that you see, 40% of those are done with Kodak technology. And we weren't in that business 5 years ago. Now we're #1 in market share in less than 5 years. Talk about reinventing a company. When you look at the Kodak gallery, over 72 million members. Now these aren't people who just come and visit our site. These are people who actually pay us money, okay? With over 5 billion high-resolution photos. We have more high-resolution photos in our Kodak gallery than all of the other sites in the world combined. Take that, Facebook. Every motion picture film that's ever won Best Picture, Kodak film. By the way, every picture ever nominated in the history of the Academy Awards for Best Picture, Kodak technology. Take that, Fuji. All right. Okay, I got it out of the way. I said the F word. It's like, I was supposed to say that. And by the way, I'm going to get you a new picture on that quote that you used. I got to get you another one, obviously taken with a Canon because I look really fat. No, seriously. No, it's true. No, don't. No, that's the way you can tell. If you use one of those other brands, they'll all make you look fat. We put a slimming feature in every one of our cameras. I'm telling you that. There's something you want to know right off the bat. You do what you want, but I'm just telling you that. 70% of the company used to be traditional. Now 70% of this company is now digital. Digital revenue, it's growing by 10%, in some cases 100%. In fact, we're out there fighting big ink every day on this ink model. You know what I'm talking about. It's where you can go and grab the printer off the shelf, but the inkjet cartridges are behind locked counters because you have to take a frickin' mortgage to get one of those inkjet cartridges. We're out there fighting them because, man, we believe there's no one should have to pay that kind of money for that. It's the most expensive liquid in the face of the earth. And you think about liquids. I mean, think about this. We used to think with oil. Oil is like the most expensive. You know what more expensive than oil is? By ounce. Bottled water. That's right. Someone said it. Bottled water. You know what's more expensive than bottled water? You'll be doing it tonight. Vodka. Okay, vodka. More expensive than vodka if you had a really great year? Champagne. No, not wine. Champagne. Nice try. We know where your mind's at. Wine. And by the way, if you have too much vodka and champagne, what's the most expensive liquid in the face of the earth? No, penicillin. Penicillin, very close. So penicillin. And more expensive than all those is black ink. By ounce. In fact, from big ink, I'm telling you this right now, just to give you a hint. When you remember oil was $4 a gallon, or $4 a gallon for gas last year, and you were all freaking out because you filled up your tank, $80 for a 20-gallon tank, and you were just peeved off, right? Remember that? Think about it. You know what it would cost you to fill up your tank with ink from big ink? Anyone want to guess? Come on, throw one out. Come on, stay with me. This is not easy. I'm not getting paid for this, so jump in here. It's interactive. I mean, we've got a long time to fill here. You know how much it costs? How much? How much? No, it doesn't cost. $462,000. Yeah. I don't care if it's Canadian or U.S. That's a lot of freaking money. $462,000. Now, I want you to know that we're only going to charge you half that, so we care about you, okay? I'm not allowed to mention who they are, because there's attorneys, I'm sure, in the room. They follow me everywhere in the battle against big ink, so I'll just give you their initials, HP. So, kind of give you an idea. So we're out there battling these guys. And we're leading, and actually we grew that business by 100%. At the same time, over the last 5 years, we've shifted our business, and most of you know us as a consumer company, but we're not a consumer company. In fact, 70% of our business is now B2B. And so when you were wondering, like, why aren't they advertising? Why aren't they doing stuff? Well, as we were doing this transition from a B2C company to a B2B, from a traditional company to a digital company, why would we advertise? Because all we would be doing is reinforcing the brand that we used to have as we made the transformation. Better to get some of the transformation done before we start to figure out what we want to do when we grow up As we make that transformation, we start to then let you know, hey, this is what our promise is, because that's what a brand is. A brand is nothing but a promise delivered. And so that's what we wanted to start to do, is make sure we had a good foundation before we got started. When you look at our product mix, we have 13 products which drive 80% of our total revenue. Of the 13 products, all of them are number 1, number 2, or number 3 in the marketplaces that they're at. And half of them didn't exist 2 years ago.